Hello aspirants, I hope all of you are in good health and doing absolutely fine. Friends, in this video, we will try to understand the meaning of human actions, and we will also distinguish human actions from acts of man. So let's get started. Human actions is the major area of focus in ethics. This also happens to be true for most legal systems. Investigating agencies, lawyers, judges, all are primarily interested in human actions and following that in their legality or illegality. So ethics, like law, focuses on human actions. But unlike law, where the focus on human action is from the angle of legality or illegality, in ethics, the focus on human action is from the point of view of morality or immorality. But while focusing on human actions, ethicists make a clear distinction between human actions and acts of man. These two words are really confusing. So let us try to distinguish the meaning between human actions and acts of man with the help of few examples. Those actions which are consciously and deliberately conducted through will and intellect are known as human actions. As opposed to this, acts of man are those actions which are instinctive in nature and driven by habit or impulse. To understand this difference, let us take an example. Suppose you work in a bank and one day there is an armed robbery in your bank, and one of the armed robbers points a gun at your head and tells you to hand over all the important confidential banking passwords and data. And you are fear-stricken, and due to this fear, you hand over all the data and the banking passwords to that armed robber. In this case, the action that you performed is not a human action, because it was not done with the investment of thought and will. Rather, it was instinctive in nature and it was driven by an impulse of fear. It was your fear that you will get hit by a shot. That's why you handed over the data to that armed robber. So your action in this case is an act of man. It is not a human action because it is not deliberately and consciously conducted. Rather, it is instinctive in nature and the guiding force was fear. So any emotion like fear, passion, etc., if they generate any action, they are not human actions. Human actions are only those actions which come from your volition and from your intellect. As opposed to this, consider another situation. This time, you are an employee in a reputed MNC and you decide to share some confidential data of your company with one of the rival companies in return of a heavy sum which you have accepted in the form of bribe from that company. The external circumstances do not force you to share that data. Further, you are fully aware of the financial and other losses that your company will incur due to this illegal data share. Yet, you go ahead with this data sharing in return of a heavy bribe. Your action now is a human action. Why? Because you have thoughtfully conducted it, and with your will. Your circumstances have not necessitated you to perform that action. Rather, you have conducted it by your will and by your thought. In ethics, the ethicists only focus on human actions and they do not bother themselves with acts of man. Moral philosophers distinguish between human actions and acts of man by giving two terms to them respectively. Human actions are known as actus humanus or deliberate human actions, whereas acts of man are known as actus hominis or undeliberate human actions. In ethics, we focus only on deliberate actions of man and we neglect the actus hominis part. or the undeliberate actions of man. It is only human actions that are considered in ethics, and once we consider the human action, then we check whether that action is right or wrong, good or bad. Moral philosophers believe that for an action to be a human action, three requirements must be concurrently present, and that is, the action must be performed with some knowledge. There must be voluntariness present in the performance of the action, and the action must be performed in a free environment. That is, knowledge, voluntariness and freedom are the three prerequisites which make an action a human action. Knowledge is the understanding, familiarity or awareness about something or someone. Knowledge can be obtained by either education or experience. Knowledge can be practical or theoretical. Voluntariness means that when the action is performed by the person through his will, it means he wants to do it and that's why he has done it, and he has not been forced to do it. In ethics, voluntariness means when the action is performed by the will as opposed to those actions which are performed due to coercion or duress. Freedom is the third major component which makes an action a human action. Freedom means that the performer of the action has performed the action in a free environment. Now, often the term voluntariness and freedom creates a kind of confusion, but there is a division or there is a distinction between these two terms. Voluntariness means that you have performed the action because you wanted to do it. It means you had your will invested in that action. Whereas freedom means that you have performed it by your free will. The action is not externally programmed into you. Rather, you have conducted that action in a free environment. To understand the difference between all of these, let's take another example. Suppose you are the part of a society which has made a rule, and this rule is that if anybody tries to steal something, shoot that person. That is the rule which the society has set. Now what happens is, suppose you are the owner of a bakery, and one day a hungry child tries to steal a loaf of bread from your bakery. And what you do is you pull out your gun and you shoot that child. Now let us see whether this action was human action or an act of man. When you pulled out the gun, if you have the knowledge that what is a gun and what damage it can cause, then the first criteria is satisfied. It means you have the knowledge about it. Second, voluntariness. It means you were just holding the gun, but someone who was standing beside you has pulled the trigger on your behalf and has caused the shot to be fired. In that case, you have not fired it, but somebody else has caused you to fire it. And under such circumstances, your will is not associated with the firing. But if you have fired at the child by your own will, then voluntariness is also present in the action. And the third thing is, you have just followed the society rule or your community's rule. And what is that rule? That whoever tries to steal, shoot that person. It means your action was not free. You have not thought whether it is right or wrong to shoot a hungry child. Rather, you have obtained this idea from your social norm. It means it is externally programmed into you. And therefore, no freedom was involved in causing the action. But if the society has not made any of such rule, and you are free to act, otherwise also still you choose to shoot that child, then your action was a human action. For an action to be human action, it has to be deliberate. It has to be consciously conducted through the investment of will and through the investment of intellect. It should have knowledge, voluntariness, and freedom. Only then actions become human actions, and the entire edifice of ethics is based on prescribing good actions or judging the action.